Another Death Row production. Mike Tyson, next heavyweight champion of the world.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It is Tuesday, April 4th. We're coming off a whatever day yesterday. We go 1 for 3 on our bets. The one good thing is we do move to 8-2 now on the season on our solo bets. I saw a few people in the comments yesterday telling me I should ladder play the solo bet. So starting today, all our solo bets will be part of a ladder play. I'm going to do my ladder a little bit differently, but you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got 15 games on tap today, a whole slate of games. I gotta do this video express style. I gotta head back out to this job. Guys, do not forget at the end of the video, the 3 bets I'll be placing here today myself. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. First game up, we got the Kansas City Royals out in Cleveland taking on the Guardians. Noah Cameron on the mound for the Royals. Gavin Williams on the mound for the Guardians. Both of these starting pitchers have good numbers against the opposing team. I can see them having good outings here in this one, going 5-6 inning, giving up a run. But looking at the bullpen, that's going to be the big deciding factor in this game here today. I give Cleveland a significant bullpen advantage. Let's get to the picks here. The Cleveland Guardians are slightly favorites in this one. It's like a 40 cents difference. The Guardians are the favorites, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7. It's 1 o'clock start game, 35 degrees, wind blowing in. I like the under 7 total runs in this game. For the player props, we're taking Chase DeLautner of the Guardians to have 2 total bases, and we're also going to play Noah Cameron of the Royals to go over his strikeouts line, over 4.5 Ks. Up next, we got the Baltimore Orioles in Chicago taking on the White Sox. The left-handed pitcher Tyler Rogers on the mound for Baltimore. The right-handed pitcher Shane Smith on the mound for the White Sox. Tyler Rogers here getting the start, picking up right where he left off last season. 2-0 this season with a 1.89 ERA. Shane Smith on the mound for the White Sox in this one. Comes into this game with an ERA close to 20. Last season when he faced this Baltimore Orioles team, he got lit up. This is not a spot that I like for him. I don't like this White Sox bullpen. Getting straight to the picks here. The Orioles are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7, and I do like the over in this one. For the player props, 2 Baltimore Orioles, give me Gunnar Henderson to have 2 total bases. Give me Tyler Rogers that go over his strikeouts line, over 4.5 Ks. Up next, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks in New York taking on the Mets. Zach Gallen on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Freddie Peralta on the mound for the Mets. Zach Gallen has started this season off he's looked pretty good. He's not looked too bad. Doing the individual breakdown here, looking at the Mets lineup, there is 3 guys that really match up well against him. That's Lindor, Beatty, and Vientos. So there is a few guys that can get to him. The big thing is, of course, is this Diamondbacks bullpen. They sort of look like their regular selves these last few games. On the other side, Freddie Peralta, I can see him coming out, having a good game here today, giving up maybe 1 run. The Mets bullpen coming in and closing it out. In this game today, the Mets are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7, and I do like the under in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Mark Vientos of the Mets to have 2 total bases, and I'm going to play Freddie Peralta of the Mets to go over his strikeouts line, over 5.5 Ks. Alright, moving on along, we got the San Diego Padres in Pittsburgh taking on the Pirates. Nick Pivetta on the mound for San Diego. Paul Skeens on the mound for the Pirates. Very good pitching matchup in this one. 2 aces on the mound. Looking at the matchup for Nick Pivetta, the starting pitcher for the Padres, the top of this Pirates lineup is dangerous for him. These guys really match up well against him. O'Neill Cruz, Reynolds, and Brandon Lau, they really match up well against Nick Pivetta's pitching arsenal and his speed that he throws out. They like to hit that high speed. Looking at Paul Skeens here on the mound for the Pirates, I can see Paul Skeens coming out here and having a good showing, not having a difficult time with this Padres lineup, going about 7 innings. Remember, his first outing, you only win about 2 innings, and 1 inning in that game, he went 6th in the last one. I can see Paul Skeens having a good outing, going about 7 innings, maybe only giving up 1 run. Getting to the picks here in this game. The Pirates are the betting odd favorites and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 6.5. I like the over in this one. I actually see this game finishing at 4-3, Pirates winning. So I like the over 6.5 total runs. Get into the player props. 2 Pirates. Brandon Lout of the Pirates to have 2 total bases. Paul Skeens of the Pirates to go over his strikeouts line, over 6.5 Ks. Up next, we got the Cincinnati Reds in Miami taking on the Marlins. The left-handed pitcher Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Reds. Sandy Alcantara gets the start for the Marlins in this one. Andrew Abbott here on the mound for the Reds. Through his first 2 starts of the season, he's looked good. Last season when he saw this Marlins team, he had a very good outing, 7 innings pitched, only gave up 1 run. Yesterday, this Marlins team saw another left-handed pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds, the starting pitcher Stevenson, who really should be a relief pitcher. He's not that good. He came out there, had an easy time with this Marlins team, pitched 5 innings, only gave up 1 run. I can see Andrew Abbott coming out here, not having a difficult time with this Marlins team. Sandy Alcantara on the mound for the Marlins. No earned runs this season. Through his first 2 starts, 13 innings pitched. I think this is where the puck stopped. I think this is where the Reds get to him. Last year when he saw the Reds 2 starts against the Cincinnati Reds, the first time he gave up 4 runs to them. The next time he gave up 5. This is a spot where there's a bunch of guys in this Reds lineup that really matches up well against him. Guys like Benson, Stevenson, and Ellie De La Cruz. Let's get to the picks here. The Miami Marlins are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing the road dogs. Give me the Cincinnati Reds here on the money line. The game total set at 7.5, and I do like the under in this one. For the player props, I'm taking 3 player props in this game. I'm taking Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds for 2 total bases, and I'm taking both of the starting pitchers here. Give me Andrew Abbott to go under his strikeouts line, under 5.5 Ks, but I'm going to take Alcantara to go over his strikeouts line, over 5.5 strikeouts. Up next, we got the Chicago Cubs in Tampa Bay taking on the Rays. The right-handed pitcher Javier Assad making his first start for the Cubs on the year. The right-handed pitcher Drew Rasmussen is on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays. Assad, the starting pitcher for the Cubs, he's a good pitcher. Last year, he actually did the same role he's gonna do here today, which is open up the game, go 1 time through the whole lineup, 3 innings pitched. He did that against this Rays team last year, pitched 3 shutout innings. Then in this game today, he'll probably go about 3 innings again, hand it over to this Cubs bullpen, which is in very good shape. They rested a lot of key arms yesterday. Drew Rasmussen on the mound for the Rays. He does not match up well against this Cubs team. When he saw this Cubs team last year, they actually hit him up. Looking at the lineup now, Alex Bregman's actually in the lineup now. They really match up well against him. This Rays team bullpen is not in good shape. This is not a spot where if he has to leave the game early, I trust the Rays bullpen at all. Getting straight to the picks here, the Tampa Bay Rays are the favorites in this game, and we're playing the road dogs. Give me the Chicago Cubs here on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the over in this one. For the player props, 2 player props, they're both Chicago Cubs. Give me Alex Bregman to have 2 total bases, as well as Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs to have 2 total bases as well. Up next, we got the Milwaukee Brewers in Boston taking on the Red Sox. The right-handed pitcher Jacob Misiorowski's on the mound for the Brewers. The left-handed pitcher Garrett Crochet on the mound for the Red Sox. Misiorowski here getting a start for the Brewers. He's looked good through his first 2 starts on the season. In this game today, looking at the matchup for him, I can see him having an easy time through this Red Sox lineup. There is 2 guys that do match up very well against him. That's Duran and Trevor Story. They're the 2 guys that could possibly go yard against him. That's one of the things about him. He can let up the long ball. Looking at Garrett Crochet here on the mound for the Red Sox, he did not look good in his last starts against the Astros. They roughed him up. This Brewers lineup actually matches very well up against Garrett Crochet. This Brewers team is much better hitting than that Astros team. Playing here today at Fenway Park, looking at Ballpark Pal, there is a slight wind blowing to left field, meaning right-handed bats will have an advantage. Get into the picks here in this game. The Boston Red Sox are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing the road dogs in this one. Give me the Milwaukee Brewers on the money line. The game total set at 7, and I do like the over in this one. For the player props, 2 Milwaukee Brewers, we're going with Bryce Turang to have 2 total bases, and Misiorowski to go over his strikeouts line, over 6.5 Ks. Up next, we got the St. Louis Cardinals in Washington taking on the Nationals. The left-handed pitcher Liberatore on the mound for the Cards. The right-handed pitcher Cavalli on the mound for the Nats. Getting straight to this one, guys. This was my least favorite game on the schedule here. And it was actually pretty difficult to call. The odds makers actually have this as a dead even game odds-wise. Getting straight to the picks. It's a lean towards the Washington Nationals. I don't like the way the Cardinals bullpen looks coming into this game. The Nationals have been killing it hitting wise. Like I said, dead even odds. I like the Nationals here on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the under in this one. Bad weather. I can see both of these starting pitchers having a good outing. I like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, only one player prop that I actually do like in this game. It's Cade Cavalli, the starting pitcher of the Nationals, to go over his strikeouts line, over 4.5 strikeouts. Up next, we got the Athletics in New York taking on the Yankees. The right-handed pitcher Aaron Sabal on the mound for the Athletics. The right-handed pitcher Cam Schlittler on the mound for the Yankees. Aaron Sabal, the starting pitcher for the Athletics in this game. Last year against the Yankees, he had 10 innings pitched, gave up 16 runs. This is not a spot I like for him. He has a career ERA against the Yankees of 7.50. This is, like I said, not a good spot for him at all. I think this Yankees lineup is going to get to him. This Athletics bullpen is starting to look like their selves from last year. I don't like this Athletics team to stop this Yankees team from scoring at all in this game. Looking at the Cam Schlittler, the Yankees starting pitcher, this guy's looked sharp through the first two starts on the year. No runs given up. I can see him giving up 1 or 2 runs. There is 3 guys that I really like that match up well against him in this game. That's Kurtz, Langoliers, and Butler. Getting to the picks here now, guys. The New York Yankees are the favorites in this one, and I like them here on the run line. The game total set at 8.5, and I do like the over in this one as well. They have 15-mile-per-hour winds blowing straight to right field. Left-handed batters will have an advantage in this game. I like the over 8.5. For the player props, 2 Yankees here. We're taking Trent Grisham of the Yankees to have 2 total bases, as well as the starting pitcher Cam Schlittler to go over his strikeouts line, over 6.5 Ks. Up next, we got the Dodgers in Toronto taking on the Blue Jays. Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers. Gausman on the mound for the Blue Jays. Yamamoto here on the mound for the Dodgers. Last season, his last 2 starts versus this Blue Jays lineup, 15 innings pitched, only 2 runs allowed. He started this season off strong. I can see him having not a difficult time with this Blue Jays lineup, who started the year off not hitting the ball well at all. Kevin Gausman here on the mound for the Blue Jays. He started off the season strong. Mind you, his 2 starts have come off the Athletics and the Colorado Rockies. Today, seeing this Dodgers lineup, the best offensive team in baseball. They're hitting .340 as a team to start the year through 10 games played. 15 home runs to go along with it. I can see this Dodgers lineup giving to Kevin Gausman in this game. On top of that, this Blue Jays team to start the year, their bullpen has been terrible. The bullpen ERA right now is at 6.87. I do not like this spot for the Blue Jays at all. Again, in this game today, the Dodgers are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5, and I do like the over in this one. For the player props, we're taking 1 Dodger, 1 Blue Jay. Give me Kyle Tucker of the Dodgers to have 2 total bases, but I do like the starting pitcher of the Blue Jays, Kevin Gausman, to go over his strikeouts line, over 5.5 Ks. On after that, we got the Detroit Tigers in Minnesota taking on the Twins. The left-handed pitcher Tariq Skubal's on the mound for the Tigers. The right-handed pitcher Taj Bradley's on the mound for the Twins. Skubal here on the mound for the Detroit Tigers. The ace has started off the season strong. Looking at his numbers against this Minnesota Twins in the past, he's dominated this lineup. He has very good numbers against them. We got Taj Bradley here on the mound for the Twins. He started off the season strong as well. He's going to be seeing a high step up in competition here today, though. He's never really faced this Tigers team before. Never really seen anybody in this lineup in the past. But when I look at the individual matchups, this Detroit Tigers team matches up very well against them. There's a bunch of guys that can hit off of him in this game today. I like the Tigers in this one, really getting to him. Getting straight to the picks now. The Detroit Tigers are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them on the run line in this game. The game total set at 6.5, and I like the over in this one. For the player props, 2 Detroit Tigers. I'm taking Spencer Torkelson of the Tigers to have 2 total bases. And then I'm taking Tariq Skubal of the Tigers to go over his strikeouts line, over 6.5 Ks. Up next, we got the Seattle Mariners in Texas taking on the Rangers. George Kirby's on the mound for the Mariners. Nathan Eovaldi's on the mound for the Rangers. Getting straight to this one, guys. This is the second game I dislike the most. This one and the St. Louis-Washington game. Really don't care for these games overall. And this one here, doing the breakdown, I'm leaning towards the Seattle Mariners. They are the betting off. Just to get straight to the picks here, guys. The Seattle Mariners are the betting off favorites in this game, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the 7.5 in this game. I don't think either. I can see this going similar like yesterday. Maybe 1 or 2 more runs being put up, but very low scoring game. Under 7.5 total runs. Player props, I do like Nathan Eovaldi to go over his strikeouts line, over 5.5 Ks. Up next, we got the Houston Astros in Colorado taking on the Rockies. The right-handed pitcher Mike Burrows on the mound for the Astros. The left-handed pitcher Kyle Freeland's on the mound for the Rockies. Looking at this matchup here, overall getting straight to it, Kyle Freeland, he's looked good his first 2 starts on the year. The starting pitcher for the Rockies, he's looked good the first 2 starts, but if you remember last year, he pitches very well in his road games when he comes back here to Coors Field. Last year, he had a home ERA of 6.75. Back home today, this will be the first start he's making in Colorado. This Houston Astros team is killing left-handed pitching. Getting to the straight to the picks here, guys. We've picked the Rockies 2 days in a row. They've come through for us. In this game today, the Astros are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them on the run line. The game total set at 10.5, and I like the over in this one again. For the player props, we're taking 2 Houston Astros in this one. Give me Cam Smith to have 2 total bases. Mike Burrows, the starting pitcher of the Astros, to go over his strikeouts line, over 4.5 Ks. Up next, we got the Atlanta Braves in Los Angeles taking on the Angels. The right-handed pitcher Lopez is on the mound for the Braves. The left-handed pitcher Kikuchi on the mound for the Angels. Getting straight to it here, guys. The Braves are the betting odd favorites in this game, and we're playing the home dogs. Give me the Los Angeles Angels on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I like the over in this one, over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, only 1 player prop in this game. It's Joe Adell of the Angels to have 2 total bases. Final game of the day, we got the Philadelphia Phillies in San Francisco taking on the Giants. 2 left-handed pitchers on the mound. Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies. Robbie Ray on the mound for the Giants. Getting straight to the picks in this one once again. The Phillies are the betting odd favorites in this game, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7, and I do like the under in this one. For the player props, 2 Phillies we're taking here. Trey Turner of the Phillies for 2 total bases. Christopher Sanchez, the starting pitcher of the Phillies, to go over his strikeouts line, over 6.5 Ks. Alright guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today. I had to add an extra one. I really like this slate. The first bet will be our solo play. This will now be our ladder play. We'll continue on into tomorrow with. The play will be $10 on the Chicago Cubs on the money line. Our next bet will be a $10 3-leg parlay where we're going to play the New York Mets on the money line, the Athletics Yankees game total to go over 8.5 total runs, and we wrap up the parlay with the Detroit Tigers on the run line. Bet 3 today will be a 4-leg parlay where we're going to take the Cincinnati Reds on the money line, the Milwaukee Brewers on the money line, the Los Angeles Angels on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Houston Astros Colorado Rockies game total to go over 10.5 runs. And our final bet of the day will be a 4-leg parlay. It's a player prop parlay where it's going to start off with the starting pitcher of the Baltimore Orioles, Tyler Rogers, to go over his strikeouts line, over 4.5 Ks. Freddie Peralta of the Mets to go over his line, over 5.5 Ks. We're then going to take Mike Burrows, the starting pitcher of the Astros, to go over his line, over 4.5 Ks. And we wrap up the parlay with Trent Grisham of the Yankees to have 2 total bases. Once again, guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. I really appreciate you guys. As usual, I always tell you guys that, but I really mean it. I hope we all can win some money here today. and I'm gonna catch you on the next one.